Okay, let's unpack this bit of the album quest. This whole thing, it's our mission, really, to find that one ultimate champion album.
And the structure is pretty ruthless, isn't it?
Oh, totally. We just throw albums into random groups of 4. Listen, rank them 1 to 4, and only the top 2 get through.
Yeah, so every time we look at the results, we're also looking at how that harsh method shapes things.
Exactly. So today, it's Group 157. We had Tori Amos with Boys for Pele, Razorlight's self-titled album.
Right, those were the studio albums.
Yeah, and they were up against 2 big compilations, Placebo's Once More with Feeling and Rod Stewart's definitive Rod Stewart.
A real mix.
So our goal here is to figure out why the rankings shook out the way they did, based on this setup.
Well, the first thing that really jumps out is Tori Amos, Boys for Pele, came in dead last, 4th place. And the feedback was pretty brutal.
Brutal how?
The source material called it wispy and off the wall, said the songs were jumbled, barely structured, mentioned Mr. Zebra.
Okay.
And the final verdict, pure drivel.
Wow. Pure drivel, that's incredibly strong. But hold on, if this album quest is about finding great music, doesn't a reaction that strong maybe say more about the listener finding it, I don't know, difficult or challenging rather than the album just being bad?
That's a really good point. The source definitely struggled with how unconventional it is. It's like experimental, quite intense.
Right.
And when you stick that next to 2 greatest hits albums, just hit after hit.
Yeah, easy listening almost.
Exactly. An album like Boys for Pele, which demands attention and interpretation, it's kind of set up to fail in this quick ranking system. It just couldn't compete with that instant gratification.
That makes sense. And maybe that same sort of structural issue hit Razorlight, too. Their self-titled album was 3rd. It got labeled static rock. What's that mean here?
Yeah, static rock, it sounds like inconsistency, maybe a bit predictable dynamically. The source felt it was a gear lower than their next album, Slipway Fires.
Okay, so not bad, just not dynamic enough.
Pretty much. I mean, you had strong tracks like America and Back to the Start, definite highlights.
Yeah, America was huge.
Absolutely. But the rest of the album, maybe it didn't have that drive, that variation you need to stand out when the competition is just serving up proven hits constantly. It's steady, but maybe too steady. Fatal in a 4-way race like this.
Okay, so the studio albums kind of stumbled, which means the compilations must have cleaned up. Placebo's Once More with Feeling got 2nd place, advancing.
Yep. And Placebo, they've got that very distinct goth glam look, Brian Molko's voice, that almost whiny, vocal, as the source put it.
Yeah, very unique sound.
And those grungy riffs.
Right. But interestingly, what got them through wasn't necessarily the deep cuts or the core sound. It was the big pop rock singles.
So the hits, basically.
Specifically mentioned Nancy Boy and The Bitter End. So in this group, it seems like proven, almost radio-friendly strength won out over a more niche style. The compilation rewarded them for showing their most accessible side. Which brings us to the winner, and this is where it gets kind of funny. Rod Stewart's definitive collection, number 1.
And it's huge. 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, the source joked it should be called the exhaustive collection. Apparently, they actually got Rod fatigue partway through.
Rod fatigue. I like that.
But despite that fatigue, the material itself was called truly great stuff. I mean, you're talking Maggie May, Baby Jane. First cut is the deepest. Pure gold.
And that's the core paradox, isn't it? The sheer amount of quality music almost became a problem.
How so?
Well, the compilation format meant almost every track was strong, pushing its overall rank up statistically. But the length itself, that 2.5 hours, nearly became its downfall because it tested the listener's endurance.
So quantity, even of really high quality, can actually be overwhelming in this kind of head-to-head.
It seems so. It shows its subjective endurance. Just being able to listen to it all plays a role.
Fascinating. Okay, so wrapping up Group 157, the 2 albums moving on are Rod Stewart's definitive collection and Placebo's Once More with Feeling.
Correct. The compilations won out this time. Really highlights how the format, the specific grouping, can favor certain types of albums.
Right. So for you listening to The Quest, it really throws up a big question about what we mean by best, doesn't it? If an album like Rod Stewart's, packed with gold, can cause fatigue just because there's so much of it, does that sheer quantity actually work against its quality in a quest like this?
That's the thing to ponder.
Yeah. Is being able to endure an album, to listen without burnout, actually part of what makes an album the best? That's what Group 157 leaves us chewing on as this album quest rolls on.